Thank you.
Thank you very much. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is John Leonard. I'm chairman of the Milton Board of Appeals. And I'm here at John Cronin Conference Room on the application of Comprehensive Land Holdings LLC, seeking a 40B decision regarding property located at 16 Armour Road in Milton, Massachusetts, which property is located in the Residence A district. I believe, without getting involved into the details of the application, the applicant is seeking approximately 16 units at this location. We have a technical issue that we have to act on at the beginning of this hearing, and that is that we advertised this hearing for July 1st as an in-person hearing at John Cronin Conference Room because we learned that the open meeting, certain sections of the open meeting law dealing with virtual meetings may expire. And so as a result of that, we publish this for an in-person meeting tonight at 7 o'clock. And then when the legislature amended the statute so as to extend the open meeting, the virtual meeting provisions of the statute to, I believe it's sometime in April of 2022, we posted on the Milton website that this hearing would be a virtual hearing. And as a result of that, we have inconsistent advertisements caused by a strange confluence of events here. But we've been advised by town council that this meeting, which is a procedural meeting, it was not to be a substantive meeting, it would be far preferable and fairer to the public at large and all other interested persons that we continue this initial hearing, which was to deal with scheduling and logistics of hearings for 1 week with the notice that the public hearing is going to be exclusively conducted via the Zoom system, and the secretary of the board will publish the Zoom login information on the Milton Town website tomorrow morning, I believe, so that all of that information will be available. I'm sorry that we had to convene tonight, but we had to do it just to comply with the statutes and to open the hearing as we said we would. But we're not going to take evidence or discuss the details of the procedural issues this evening. Let me ask Mr. Schomer just one question. There's a question of a stipulation between the parties with respect to this application due to the pendency of 3 other applications dealing with large 40B projects. And I understand that Mr. Schomer is going to be preparing either a detailed letter or a draft stipulation dealing with the technical issues that are involved in this application. And so I want to welcome you to the Board of Appeals, at least my sessions of the Board of Appeals, Mr. Schomer, and see if you are going to have that letter for us and whether—
Mr. Chair.
Yes.
I think you should take all of this up next week. I think really all you can do tonight is simply announce that this meeting is going to be continued to next week.
Oh, okay. Well, I think that's a little restrictive. I'm not sure we have to do that. But, all I'll say, Mr. Schomer, is if you have that letter prepared, please send it in, and please copy our counsel, Johanna Schneider at Hemingway and Barnes on the letter, and we can take up that letter next week. Is there anything further you want to be heard on, Mr. Schomer?
No, Mr. Chair. I have prepared the letter and I will be submitting it.
Okay, great. Let me just follow up with my colleagues. We have present this evening, Giselle Joffer. Giselle, do you have any comments you want to make before we adjourn this meeting?
No, thank you, Mr. Chair.
Okay, and Board Member Brian Connolly, do you have any comments or words of wisdom for us?
No comments, Mr. Chair.
Okay, and Beverly is, we're not really talking to the public this evening because this is an administrative decision. But there's nobody out there seeking to waive their hands or anything. I should indicate that I kind of think it did. Mr. Corcoran is here on behalf of certain neighbors who he'll identify at the hearing next week. So without further ado, then all those in favor of continuing this hearing until July 8th for the limited purpose of not discussing substantive issues, but to discuss scheduling and logistics of future hearings, please say aye.
Aye.
Right. So we have 3-0 voting to continue the hearing. So I'm sorry to take up everyone's time tonight, but I appreciate your devotion and your signing in tonight so we could handle this in an appropriate way. So if nobody has anything further to add, I'll wish everyone a good evening and have a great 4th of July holiday and see you next week.
Thank you.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Take
guys.
care. Good night.
Bye-bye.
Good night.